The Jewish old man suddenly shoved his grandson out of the pile of corpses. When the nearby German soldiers saw this, their expressions changed instantly. The old man tried to draw the Nazis' attention to himself, but the Germans were not foolish. They quickly sent several men to chase after Nanhai. Although the old man bought his grandson time to escape, he himself was mercilessly shot to death. The escaped Nanhai ran into an abandoned building and immediately hid inside, but the German soldiers followed closely behind. To the Germans, Jews were like a virus. They would not spare any harmful existence. Little Nanhai seemed like a child favored by fate, narrowly escaping danger again by sheer luck, even after the Germans searched the area thoroughly. He not only lost his place to live, but his entire family was brutally murdered. Yet, he could only keep moving forward step by step, again and again. For the sake of a promise, Nanhai had to stay alive. He survived on filthy things found in sewers and pipes. The stench made it nearly unbearable, but the pain of hunger forced his frail body to endure. At night, he risked coming out to search for food. Unfortunately, he ran into another Jew who was also fleeing the Germans. The two fought fiercely over a tiny bit of food until one pulled out a weapon and pressed it against the other's waist, ending the struggle. Nanhai pretended nothing had happened and continued searching for food. He had already witnessed too many scenes like this. With the help of a rat, he found potatoes and canned food hidden by the house's former owner. Just as he was celebrating his luck, another man suddenly appeared and shoved him aside. The man cautiously guarded against Nanhai while looting the food beneath the floorboards. It turned out he was also a Jewish refugee. Sensing danger, Nanhai immediately hid beneath an iron barrel, narrowly missing a patrol of German soldiers. Fate spared him once more. But after this, the Germans realized Jews were still hiding in the area. They burned everything that could sustain life and cut off all nearby water sources. As a result, Nanhai, hiding in the sewers, no longer even had dirty water to drink. Worse still, at night the Germans began blowing up the underground passages inch by inch. They intended to wipe out every surviving Jew. With nowhere to go, Nanhai fell into despair until he accidentally discovered a perfect hiding place. He dismantled stair railings, tied them together with rope to form a ladder, then tied a stone to the rope and threw it upward. The stone hooked perfectly onto a wooden beam on the third floor. Using all his strength, Nanhai slowly pulled the rope ladder up. The most dangerous place was also the safest. From then on, this became Nanhai's shelter. What he never expected was that there was even running water there. Using his small body, he crawled through abandoned rooms, collecting things others had discarded. After packing them up, he hauled them to his shelter with rope. Before long, a small but livable home took shape. In this chaotic world, the shelter gave Nanhai enough security, but food became his biggest problem. The next day, he lowered the rope ladder and went out alone to search for food. But the Germans seemed to know his location and blocked the roads leading to his shelter with vehicles. Hearing engines outside, Nanhai hurriedly climbed back up and hid above, observing everything below. The Germans had captured a fleeing Jew and tortured him until he revealed the locations of all Jews hiding in the sewers. After the Germans left, Nanhai finally gathered the courage to approach the underground tunnel where the man had hidden. Inside, he found not only a large supply of food, but also clean water. Nanhai couldn't wait to take off his clothes and enjoy the rare comfort. But soon after, the Germans returned. Seeing wet clothes hanging there, an officer immediately realized Jews were still present. They planted large amounts of explosives in the tunnel. With a single order, the entire building began to shake. After the explosion, Nanhai knew the place was no longer safe. Just as he was about to leave to find a new refuge, gunshots suddenly rang out. Nanhai rushed to hide. Two men then fled into the building, nearly caught by German gunfire. Hiding in the restroom, Nanhai pulled out a gun and opened fire. After killing the German soldiers, Nanhai rushed out to check the situation. But the gunshots attracted more enemies. One of the Jewish men quickly hid Nanhai and dragged his injured companion into the sewer. When the Germans arrived, they failed to search carefully and left. The three narrowly escaped death. Nanhai later invited the two Jews to his shelter. It was his first time killing someone. He crouched on the ground, at a loss. The Jews told him this was a war of survival. If the enemy lived, more Jews would die. After their words of comfort, Nanhai's heart finally eased.